Don, take it away. Tell us about cloud computing. You're all set.
Hi, I'm Don Glover. I'm with Camden, which is a Microsoft Cloud Accelerator partner. Look at that. So I'm here to just talk a little bit about the cloud. It's part of social media in the larger sense of this is maybe how you connect to it, or it's just a completely separate subject, whichever way you would like to look at it. Well, let's start with a really simple definition. Not in my closet. The old days, the equipment used to be down the hall in your closet. Now it's not. That's pretty much the whole story. Let me ask one other thing. How many of you are familiar with the cloud or the concept? Okay, excellent. So there's not too much on that. How many of you use Outlook? How many don't? Okay. How many use Word? All right, pretty popular. Excel? Almost everybody. Okay, these have become very popular in the modern world of business. So what does a cloud data center look like? This is an example of Microsoft's mechanism. They put all the servers in a storage container. They ship them out to seal them up, ship them out to some location, hook them to the internet, power and cooling, and that's it. Nobody ever goes inside again. The local people, whatever location they're in, don't go inside. This happens to be a site in Ireland, and they basically just stack these storage containers on racks. I think this is like a 3 or 4 story operation there, and that's it. The cloud is servers somewhere else. Now this slide is a pretty good example of that I am A, not an artist, and B, not a shopper. I can only think of 3 shopping services, 2 of which I've never used. So we've talked all day about social media, all that stuff, services. This is all the cloud is now. It's been happening for years. Gmail's been around for a few years. MSN, Hotmail's been around for like 15 years or so. Then in the office productivity area, you've got Live Meeting, WebEx, GoToMeeting, Office 365, Google Docs, Salesforce.com. These are all services that basically come out of the cloud. And on the infrastructure side, you've got Windows Update, which people have been using for a long time. But you've got some other services. Amazon, you go to Amazon and buy empty servers, basically. So if you have a business that wants to put a server in the cloud, you can buy a server from Amazon, equivalent from Rackspace. Microsoft has a service called Azure that's a little different than that. It's a Microsoft operating system in the cloud, various levels. Other services they have available, plus SQL. So just to wrap it in a little bit smaller, why is the cloud good for basically any size business? The 2 basic areas, cost savings and productivity. On the cost saving side, they basically have a low monthly fee per user. You don't have to buy equipment. The low upfront cost mostly has to do with converting from wherever you are to that environment. It's green in the sense that you don't have to pay for servers. They're cooling. Every watt you put into a server costs you 3 watts to get out of cooling, unless you live in Seattle where you're lucky to keep a house warm enough for that stuff. Scaling, some of the services allow you to change the number of subscriptions during the course of the subscription. So if you've got seasonal employees, you're a CPA firm, or you're a landscaping firm, you hire a bunch of people in the summer and there's less in the winter, and then basically a way of how you pay for it. On the productivity side, is it easy to use? Is it easy to learn? Is it what you're used to? Does it look the same? There's a bunch of capability in online meetings and presence. GoToMeeting, WebEx, Live Meeting, all those have been around for a while, and people using those do not have to travel, which is good and bad. The other part of an online service is that the software is always current. If you look at a release cycle of something like, say, Exchange, a huge project takes a year or 2 years after they finish development to look through all the bugs, get it all ready to go. So the release cycles of operating systems and big systems are 2 to 3 years per set of features. A lot of the online stuff, Salesforce will come up with an idea where they'll see an idea in some other product and they'll add it in. It'll be available within a few weeks. And they can test it on the smaller people. You guys are actually just a test load, you're not actually customers. You know that probably. Anywhere, any place. The common applications. How many of you have heard of VPN? How many have had the phrase, I'm sorry, you can't do that, we have to do a VPN and you can't have a VPN?